Hi everybody, we're live. Getting ready for our first class. It took me a little bit to get it figured out. So here it is. We're going to start class in about 10 minutes. So if anybody's here and wants anything worked into the class, any poses or any particular like flow or anything, like let me know. I can try to make it work. Any neck, hip issues, if we've been sitting a lot, like what do we need? Just let me know. I see a couple people joining us in here. Hey, Natty, Courtney, and Tia. So happy to have everybody here. This is exciting. This is a cool way to connect. A little weird, right? Because I'm not gonna be able to see you. And I have done a couple of the videos on YouTube, and I noticed like my practice moves faster than I normally teach. For many reasons, but so it's it's always nice to go with the flow of the people in the room, which I can't see you. So hopefully I don't go too fast. We're going to be working out all the bugs and everything as we figure this out. This is our very first live streamed class, so I'm very excited. Anyways, what's going on this morning? Kind of a lovely day. There's no snow on the ground like there was yesterday. That was wild. So I feel like this world can't really figure out what it wants to do. Let's see here. So it looks like we got some people joining us, which is so exciting. So happy to see this. So I probably know, I know some of you, I can see, but not all. So if you don't know me, my name is Amanda, and I'll say this when class starts too, but my name is Amanda, and I teach up at the North Studio, practice South though, so you probably, if you go to South Hill Studio, you've probably rolled out your mat next to me at some point. I also sub at the South Hill Studio sometimes. A lot of times it's at Saturday 9:30 power class. I did that a few times over the summer, a couple times in the fall technically, I guess. So you may have seen me before, maybe not. I did my training in Baptiste style yoga, and so oh yay, representing BHY Wenatchee. Hi. I've been so missing yoga too. So anyways, yeah, so Baptiste style training. So I use what the Baptiste style is a set of postures. It's very similar to Hatha in that it's a strict set of postures, but there's more vinyasa in it. There's more flow. I don't stick strictly to what they call the journey into power flow, but I kind of loosely base my structure around that because it's a really good structure for a vinyasa class. But one thing we are missing that I'm missing because it's really cold in this room. I'm missing yoga. I am missing hot yoga so much. So I don't know if anybody here has figured out a way to make their room 104 degrees with 30% humidity, because that's usually what the room is in at Beautiful. Hi, Robert. Nashville in the house. So exciting. I know this is cool. This is great to be able to do. So we've got Nashville, Wenatchee, assuming everybody else is Spokane. Anybody else like from anywhere? It's cool to be able to connect in this way. Of course, like Robert over in Wenatchee, it's not 7 a.m. over there, is it? Not in Wenatchee, in Nashville. So I will admit I'm a little nervous about teaching this class. I don't know why. I think maybe because it's live and I can't see you, and it's the first one, and who knows. Oh, the other thing, music. I love music in my classes, but I'm not sure how the music would work here. So we encourage you to put on whatever music you feel that you like. No one else can hear it, so you can listen to whatever you want. My classes, I use a lot of random like classic rock in my classes and all kinds of wild stuff. So any music you want to put on, go for it. I'm not going to have music here because I think it would distract from being able to hear me. which is actually a Baptiste thing. The Baptiste classes I've used, the Baptiste studio I learned at, we never used music, which was weird. Not weird, but music that I use in my classes normally is like so fun. So we're gonna get started in about 5 minutes. So best part about home yoga practice, you get the best spot in your studio. You don't have to fight for it. Also, I feel like this next couple of days as we're rolling out this new schedule is going to be kind of like Cribs BHY staff version. So here's my house. This is my guest room. Yeah, so I think it's going to be fun to see everybody's spaces that they use. So anyone else starting their morning with their coffee? Any questions for anybody? Robert, we won't do 6 wheels. I usually do 4. I usually do like 4 bridges and or wheels. The other thing that is killing me about that, by the way, is I usually do I have an offer like you to do a restorative bridge, so placing the block under your sacrum, regular bridge or using the block between your knees, or wheel. I love using blocks in my class, and my blocks are all at my private practice office. I'm a mental health counselor, as well as a yoga instructor, and I teach a class at my private practice for like a yoga and mindfulness, yoga for anxiety, yoga for depression, and so I have this traveling yoga studio sort of, and all of that is at my office, which I have not been to in I have no idea how long, forever. So I'm dying without my blocks. We are gonna have, and I don't have all the details yet, but if you are craving blocks or any kind of like products, we are gonna have we have a partnership with Manduka, so there's going to be a discount on Manduka products if you want to like order blocks, and you have to order directly from manduka.com. There's going to be a code. I don't think we have it yet, but if you want a block or anything like that, then absolutely pay attention to the Beautiful Hot Yoga group that we have, and we'll get you a discount so you can get some props. And I may like break out of quarantine to go get my stuff from my office so that I can use blocks and things and props in the class properly. I love blocks. And hey, Amanda, yes, typically I would do coffee after class, but I needed a little bit of a pick-me-up this morning to get going. So cheers to you guys. Looks like we're going to get started in about 2 minutes. Yes. Stephanie, my best girlfriend's here. I'm so excited. Yeah. What else? What else do we need? Questions? Anything? Oh, yeah. Other pros of the home yoga practice is your dog, your cat, your kids, whatever, and we can do anything we want. I used to teach kids yoga too, so if there's any toddlers in the room, we can always do some cat cows with some moos and some meows or something like that to entertain them. So, just let me know. Good morning, Stephanie. Sarah Jackson just ordered her blocks from Amazon. Might want to send those back because we should be able to get you a discount through Manduka. But yes, good, get your blocks on. It's so good to see you, Sarah. So we rolled out our mats. We have our water. Oh, I left my towel upstairs. I'm not going to need it because it's freezing in this room. But towel, mat, water. What else do we need to know? The other cool thing, right, is try a wild pose today. I'm absolutely working some arm balances into this practice because why not? You're at home, no one can see you fall. Be careful, don't hurt yourselves. But try something new. Try something you don't normally do, because you never know. Like you might, no one's here to watch you, and you're not going to hit anybody when you like fall out of your tripod headstand or something like that. So yeah. So hey, it's 7. Let's get started. Like I said. I'm not going to have any music on, which is killing me. I'm not going to have any music on. But any music you want, put it on right now. Get comfortable, whatever. We are going to start in Shavasana. So let's get started. Rolling out onto your back. Arms down by your sides. I don't know what everyone's been doing the last few days, few weeks, but I imagine there's a lot of tension that might perhaps be from personal experience. But we're here together now in this super cool space. And all we have to do right now is breathe. So begin to focus on your breath without changing it. Belly breathing versus breathing, not through your lungs or your nose or anything yet. Just take some moments, take some deep breaths, and breathe. Yoga often focuses on the poses, and that's true and correct, but there's 8 limbs of yoga. One of those limbs is asana, which is posing. The others is breathing. One of the other ones, big one, pranayama. You know, and end the class with those breathing exercises. So just start there. And then slowly exhale, feeling that belly. Now let's fill our lungs. Filling your lungs, feeling that air, fill your body, and exhale, release. Now try to fill your whole body with air. Just really feel that breath move through your arms, your legs, your hands, your feet. Any point of tension, any of your neck cramps, back problems, knee issue, anything that's bothering you or worrying you today, fill your body with breath and then exhale that breath all the way to those points of tension. Now let's focus on our Ujjayi breath, which is in and out through the nose. We're going to fill our lungs with breath, inhaling through the nose, then constricting the whisper muscles in the back of our throat. Exhale audibly. Sometimes we say it sounds like ocean waves. Inhale, exhale. So loud that the people in Wenatchee and Nashville and Spokane all across the city can hear you breathing, right? So obnoxiously loud. Make it as loud as you want, as loud as you can. We do this breath, this Ujjayi breath, because it helps to calm down our nervous system. True fact. It's not just mystical stuff. It's scientific as well. When we do cardio, we breathe in and out through the mouth. And that's the kind of sense to panic, right? Something's happening. When we do yoga, it helps to calm all the systems down. So when we do this breath in and out through the nose and keep that breath going through the practice, it helps to calm down that nervous system, which leads to lower anxiety, lower depression. So now let's fill the body with breath and reach our arms up overhead. Inhale, reach behind you. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, arms up and over, reaching the wall behind you, reaching those fingertips and down. One more, inhale, reaching behind you. Exhale, arms by your side. And now let's hug our knees into our chest. Rocking and rolling side to side, giving yourself that low back massage. Before we bring our feet down to the ground, our heels or hips with a distance, heels close to our glutes. We're going to put our right ankle on top, arms down, grounding through that left heel, the mat. Exhaling down. Inhale to rise. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. And releasing. Now we're going to take this right foot to the ground, twisting, spinal twist, gazing over the right shoulder. Enjoying its twist, breathing into it. In Vinyasa yoga, we move quickly with the breath sometimes, and sometimes we use the breath to go deeper into a pose. So we inhale, thinking about lengthening, exhale, thinking about twisting. Now let's bring it all back to center, reaching through our left thigh as we pull that left thigh towards our face. Maybe we place our hand on our right knee, pushing that knee away, feeling this stretch. Let's take some ankle circles, one way and then the other. And then let's bring it all down. Right foot meets the left foot, left ankle on top of the right knee, arms down by our side. Inhaling as we lift. Exhale, release. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release. Rising on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. Building functional strength in that core and hip. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. And now let's take that spinal twist, this left foot coming down to the ground, arms open, gazing over to the left, taking that twist. Inhale, think about the lengthening through the spine this way. Exhaling and twisting deeper. Maybe you want a little more and you can get those eagle legs going. Relaxing, releasing, resting, breathing. And now let's bring it back to center. Hugging our knees into our chest. We're going to take a happy laughing baby, grabbing these fingers to our big toes, or maybe grabbing a hold of the soles of our feet. Opening up, pulling those knees down. Maybe we rock side to side. You can also take that ninja baby, straightening one leg and then the other. And then hugging your knees into your chest, rocking and rolling the length of your spine. Maybe we pause in a boat pose. And then crossing our ankles, coming into our tabletop position. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, flat back in our tabletop. Taking some cat-cows here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, belly button twist into spine, arching your back. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now taking some intuitive movements here. Anything that feels good. Moving with perhaps the music that you're playing in your room. Just flowing through this. Maybe taking it down to a child's pose or taking your hip down to one side or the other. Really just moving with what feels good. Waking up the rest of the body here. And then coming to a flat back. Bring the toes together to touch, sending our knees wide. We're going to sink down to our child's pose. Reaching your fingertips out in front of you. Child's pose is an option for you throughout this practice. Normally we're in the hot room. I say if you need a break, take Shavasana, because I feel like you cool down faster in Shavasana. But we're not in the hot room right now. So Shavasana or child's pose is an option if you feel like you need to take a break today. So go for it. Let's get deeper into our child's pose. So walking those fingertips forward on that inhale, sinking those hips on the exhale. Walking them forward on the inhale, sinking your hips on the exhale. One more, reaching with those fingers. Back, and now let's push back to our downward facing dog. First down dog of the morning, probably. Taking that dog for a walk. Walking out, bending one knee, then the other, shaking your head yes, shaking your head. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale, filling your lungs. Empty. Let's walk our feet to our hands, meeting in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Ragdoll here, take opposite hand to opposite elbows, swaying side to side, maybe shaking your head yes or no here, maybe taking your hand neck, feeling even a little more pull, feeling that stretch of the backs of the legs, whatever options here. And now releasing those fingertips, rolling up one vertebra at a time, extended mountain pose, arms up overhead. Gently close your eyes. If it's in your practice, what would you like to see? What do you want to let go of? Back bend, look back, go back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for your toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Step out to your high plank position. Holding here. We're coming down to your knees if you need to. Alignment, since I can't see you guys this morning, let's check our alignment. Push back to a downward facing dog here. When you do this from high plank, you shouldn't have to move your hands or your feet. So wherever you are in downward facing to your high plank position, and that's where you should be in high plank. So muscle memory here, remember this as we go through our vinyasas through the class. Now from high plank, belly button into spine, push back. We're good? Good. Rolling out to high plank, and now lowering all the way down to your bellies. All the way down to touch. Your tops of your feet are pushing into the mat so much that your knees directly under your shoulders. Little to no weight in your hands. You inhale, lift your shoulders up off the mat, pushing those feet into the mat, really lifting, everything pulling up from the low. Cobra number 2, inhale, rise, just waking up the spine, maybe just a little bit more weight in the hands, and now exhale, release. Cobra number 3, inhale, rise, exhale, down, and now let's take it to an upward facing dog. So all that weight in your hands, push up, inhale, lift, down. Upward facing dog, we take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, fill up, empty. Lift in. Inhale, rising up, extended mountain pose, reach up, look up, cactus your arms, take that back bend. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, step back, jump back. Your vinyasa, lowering all the way down on your exhale, inhaling to rise, upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog on that exhale. Breath out, fill up, empty. This breath in, release, feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Rise up, extend. Reach up, take that back bend, cactus your arms, look back, go back, inhale to rise, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, step back, jump back, move through your vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog is the goal there. Using the breath to get back to that downward facing dog. And as soon as we're there, we take our 3 breaths in and out. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Breath in, release, feet to your hands. One more sun in, let's take it. Inhale, halfway lift. Rising up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, jump back, move through your vinyasa. Inhaling as you rise into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Empty. Biggest breath in, release. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. Stay to our Utkatasana pose, chair pose. Holding here for several breaths. Making sure our tailbone is tucked, belly button into spine, sinking those hips, weight is in the heels. We can lift our toes up off the mat. Arms outstretched in front of us, no lonely thumbs. Let's keep those fingers together. Maybe we gaze up. Maybe we put our hands together. Holding here, breathing the whole time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach up, but exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, exhale, breath in and reach. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, move through your vinyasa. Exhaling all the way down, maybe into your chaturanga. Inhaling to rise, downward facing dog. Right foot rises, and we bring that forward for warrior 1. Big step forward. Arms up overhead. Working on getting this left hip and right hip in line, pointing forward. So maybe we put our hands on our hips, working that here. Also think about this inner rotation of the left thigh, spinning that thigh in to get those hips in line. Knee over ankle, 90-degree bend in that right knee. Arms up overhead, and holding here for several breaths. Maybe we're inhaling and we're reaching up and looking up. And now let's take it to the mat, moving through your flow, moving through your vinyasa. Exhaling all the way down, inhaling as we rise, downward facing dog on that exhale. Left heel rises, and we bring it forward, swing it forward for warrior 1. Working on getting the same integrity on one side that we had the other. That right foot spinning down, right heel spinning down in a 45-degree angle. Hips in line, facing the front of the room. 90-degree bend in that left knee. Left knee tracking over to the baby side toe, little baby toe. We can gaze down and just see our big toe peeking out. Arms up overhead. Inhale, reach up, look up, go deeper. Exhale to the mat, moving through your flow. Taking that chaturanga, maybe we're lifting a leg. Maybe you're taking it up to a chin stand. Why not try it? Downward facing dog is the goal. And when we hit that downward facing dog, we take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, exhale, fill up, empty. Biggest breath, release. Feet to your hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Toes together to touch, heels slightly apart, moving through this sun B. One breath, one movement this time. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to the mat, chaturanga. Inhaling to rise, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right heel rises. Step it forward for warrior 1. Big breath in as you swoop your arms up, reaching for the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, fold going through your vinyasa, lowering down your way. And inhale into rise into upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog on the exhale. Left heel rises, breath in, step forward, warrior one. Reach up, look up. Exhale to the mat, move through your flow. Downward facing dog is the goal. In your downward facing dog, we breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Filling up, empty, feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Rising into and sinking into that Utkatasana, reach up. This time we're gonna flow with it a little bit. We're reaching those fingers forward. Exhale, take that chest to thigh, sending those arms back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chest to thigh. Inhale, rise. Chest to thigh. Inhale, rise. And now let's fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, jump back, moving through your vinyasa. Inhaling to rise into that upward facing dog or cobra, using the breath to move you through these poses. Downward facing dog. As soon as we hit downward facing dog, right foot forward, warrior one, big breath in, big reach up, reaching for the sky, exhale to the mat, vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog is the goal. Left foot forward as soon as you hit that down dog, warrior one, reach up, look up. Remembering to take breaks as you need to. When we hit this downward facing dog this time, let's take a breath in through our nose. Sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Exhale through the nose. Feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Rising up. We're going to bring our hands together, heart center, and we're going to take our left elbow to our right knee. Super important. These knees do not move. We are going to do our twist from our torso, not our hips. So we're going to take this twist, inhale, lift and lengthen, look to the right, and then take this left elbow to your right knee, keeping those knees in line, working with the twist. Here's your option for your side crow if that's in your practice. Go for it, side crowers. If you've never tried side crow before, hey, today's a good time for it. So if we want to try side crow, we're coming from our twist, planting our hands on the mat, making a little shelf with our elbows here. Our right hip on our right elbow, left knee on our left elbow, and then we're leaning forward and holding for side crow. If you're in your twist, using the breath, then lengthen your spine towards the front of the room as you twist open on that exhale, bringing your hands closer and closer to heart center. And release and exhale. Let's take our peace fingers, grabbing a hold of our big toes, pulling your head down towards the mat. This is a moment to rest, but it's also a very dynamic stretch. Up the backs of the legs, maybe even the lower back. Play with the bend in your knees, straightening your knees, or bending your knees, whatever feels good to get this stretch happening the way that you want it. And let's release, sinking into our Utkatasana one more time to take that twist on the other side. Sinking those hips, arms up, hands coming to heart center. Taking our twist on this side, inhale, lengthen, look left, right elbow, left knee. Taking that twist, inhaling as you reach, exhaling as you twist open. Maybe we're taking that side curl on this side. Whatever option you're doing, keep breathing through it. And then let's all meet in a forward fold. This time our gorilla pose where we're stepping on the palms of our hands. Toes tickling our wrist crease, our elbows bending back towards our shins as we pull our head down to the ground. Really pull, biceps bulging, feeling that stretch of the backs of the legs into the low back. Pull, pull, and release. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Arms up overhead, extended mountain pose, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Move through your vinyasa, step back, jump back, flowing into your downward facing dog, however you would like to get there. Now from our downward facing dog, we're going to take our right heel to the sky. Bend in your knee, open. Flip dog if you'd like. If we're in flip dog, think about our heels close together. They're about hips width distance. And we're grounding through our heels, lifting up. And now let's all meet in our three-legged dog. And we're going to take our right to our right elbow. Here we go, Robert and Nashville. Let's take our EPK2. We're going to hold this here and fly. Or you can just hold that knee up on your bicep. And then let's send it back. We're going to take our right knee to our nose and back. I don't have room for EPK1 on this, but if you want to take it, let's take our right knee to our left elbow, take that twist, possibly take that EPK1. And now let's send it back. And then we're going to bring this right foot forward for crescent lunge. So this time, up on the ball mount of our left foot, arms up overhead, hands coming to heart center, inhale, left elbow to our right knee. Working on getting our hands back to heart center. As we inhale, lift and lengthen, exhale, twist. We're peeling this right shoulder open and away as we twist and breathe. Holding here. Breathing and twisting. And how long is this going to last? Not forever, but we hold it for a few more breaths. And we inhale and we exhale. Big breath in, big twist, inhale, opening up to warrior two. Let's reverse our warrior, send that right palm up to the sky. Right elbow, right knee, taking that extended side angle. Options in extended side angle. Are we working on getting our right hand down to the mat? Maybe we're working on that half bind, that full bind. Perhaps if you've got the full bind and you're working on your bird of paradise, pop up now. Maybe bird of paradise is something you've been wanting to try but haven't felt comfortable in the hot room in front of everyone. Well, let's do it. Let's see. And I want to hear afterwards if you nailed it. Bird of paradise is a tricky one. Sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. Let's see if you got it. And if you're up, birdies, let's bring it on down, meaning back in our extended side angle. And then warrior two. And now let's take that warrior two down to the mat, going through your vinyasa. Lowering down on that exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling to rise, upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. That left heel rises up to the sky. Bending the knee, opening up the hip, taking this opportunity for that flip dog here, if that's what you'd like. If you're in flip dog, we're grounding through those heels, lifting those hips. This isn't a moment where that can turn into a full wheel. If you'd like, meeting in our three-legged dog, we're going to take our left knee to our left elbow, flying in EPK2, or if we would like, sending that left knee back, left knee to our nose, and kick it back. Left knee to our right elbow, taking that EPK1 if you'd like. Kick it back, and then swing this left foot forward for that crescent lunge. Option, I always forgot to say this last time, but you know we can always be on our knee. You may not be in that super cushy studio that we have, that awesome floor at Beautiful. So if you're on a hardwood floor or anything that's uncomfortable and you need to be down on your knee, take this mat and flip it a little bit, and then give yourself a little extra cushion. Arms up overhead, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Right elbow. Exhale, twist deeper. Working those hands back to heart center. Working the shoulder back behind you. Shoulder blades in towards your spine. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, exhaling, detoxing. Big breath in. And open it up to warrior two. In our warrior two, maybe we're working that hand down to the mat. We're going to take our extended side angle, so elbow to knee, reaching up and over. Maybe we're taking that hand behind us for that half bind, full bind, popping up to bird of paradise. Can she do it, folks? Who knows? When we get here, we extend that leg, and birdies, bring it on down, meeting in our warrior two. Beautiful. And then let's cartwheel those hands down to the mat, move through your vinyasa, meeting in our downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, we take our breath in and a breath out. Filling up and emptying. Big breath in, release. Let's walk our feet to our hands, but this time we're going to set up for our Malasana Yogi Squat. So walk your feet on the outside of your hands, heels in, toes out, sinking in to our Malasana. Enjoying this hip opener. This is step one. Stay right here. We all need hip openers these days. So enjoy this. Perhaps if crow's in your practice, you want to start working on crow, and I'll get to that in a second, but maybe if you're enjoying this hip opener and you want a little bit of a flow, you can place your left hand in the mat, inhale, rise up, reach up. Maybe you're taking a little twist, you can take a half bind. This is another option or way to get into bird of paradise as well. Bringing that down, arms up, and twisting. If we're working on crow, we're planting our hands, we're bringing our knees way high up into our armpits. Rocking forward. If we're just working with it for the first time, we're lifting one foot, then maybe the other, and then eventually both feet as we balance. And if you are a seasoned crow and you are working on jumping back to chaturanga, let's jump back to chaturanga and moving through your vinyasa. Stepping back, everybody meeting in their malasana. Lots of options for you. I like to give options, and especially now that we all have home practice, I encourage you to safely try any of these wild things and see what happens, right? Lord knows, if I can do it, y'all can do it. So, hands into heart center, pushing those knees open. Now let's plant our hands on the mat, sending our hips up to the sky, toe heeling our feet back to that forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold, arms up. Extended mountain pose, preparing for our balance series, starting with eagle. Right arm under, right leg over. If this pretzel twist isn't happening with your arms, totally fine. Take these genie arms, maybe even a butterfly hug. And we're working on getting this right toe wrapped around the calf as we sink. Belly button into spine, tailbone tucks, shoulders up and back, shoulder blades in towards your spine. If we've got the eagle arms going, our elbows are up to shoulder height in this class. Sinking and releasing, arms up overhead. Eagle left side, left arm under, left leg over, sinking in to that eagle. Maybe the balance isn't happening this morning. You can always kickstand with that toe. Taking whatever option. Mainly thinking about this core lock being tight, our Mula Bandha tight here. And that's going to help hold into this pose as you're working on it. And release. Tadasana. We're going to come into eagle again. This time we're going to add to it a little bit. So arms up overhead, right arm under, right leg over, Sinking into that standing leg. Belly button into spine, tailbone tucks, pelvis lifts, elbows up to shoulder height. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to knees. Send that right leg behind you. We're in our bound warrior 3, our right hip rotating down towards the mat. Arms open for Vinyasa airplane. And now let's take a nosedive coming into standing split. Perhaps we're grabbing a hold of our ankle. Maybe our fingertips are touching the ground and we're working on balance by grabbing a hold of the ankle with one hand and then the other, eventually both hands. This is an opportunity for some handstand prep as well. If you want to work on that, go for it. Have fun, play this morning. What else you gotta do? And now let's bring our fingertips to the ground and we're gonna take a little squat. So we're gonna bring this right knee behind the left as we squat down. Inhale, rise. Squat. Inhale, rise. Squat. Inhale, rise. Then this right foot's gonna meet the left in our forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Rising up on that in-breath. Inhaling all the way up to the top. Extended mountain pose. Tadasana. Beautiful. Opposite side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm under. Left leg over. Sinking into that standing leg. Standing strong, standing tall. Taking the option that you need in your eagle. Inhaling as you lengthen. Exhaling, elbows to knees. Unraveling that top leg. Coming into your bound warrior 3. Getting that hip, that left hip down towards the mat, pointing both hip points pointing down towards the mat. Opening up Vinyasa airplane. And then let's take that nose dive into our standing split. Fingertips down towards the mat, playing with the balance, grabbing a hold of the ankle with one hand, maybe the other. Taking those handstand preps if you would like. Anything that you want this morning, it's your practice. And now, let's do those squats. So we're bringing our fingertips to the mat and our left knee coming behind our right as we squat. Inhale to rise, exhale squat. Inhale to rise, exhale squat. Inhale to rise, and then our left foot meets the right. Inhale to a flat back, exhale fold. Rising up on the inhale, Tadasana. Standing leg raise is next. Grounding through our left foot, our right knee rises. Let's bring our left hand to our hip, right hand to our right knee. This is where we stay. Maybe we're just working on our balance and stability today. Maybe we need a wall or something like that. Maybe even a chair we can hold on to, any of those things. This is fine. If you want a little more, if you want to add a little more like flexibility to this balance and stability, then we can open up the hip. If you want even more, we take our peace fingers, grab a hold of our big toe, extend that foot out, opening up to the right. That left hand off the hip, gazing over to the left. And hold. Belly button in. Hugging in that core. That's what keeps us standing here. And now let's bring it back to center. And down. Nice. Switching sides. Grounding into the right leg. Choosing your option here. Knowing that maybe today we just need to stand and get this stability here. Maybe if we feel like opening up. So taking your option for today. A little extra balance as that right hand comes off of the hip and we gaze over to the right. And bring it back to center. Nice work. Let's take our dancer pose. Rounding into our left leg. Remember, we're being super soft and sweet on our knee joints. We're not locking anything out here. Right elbow, right hip crease, palm up and open. Bending our right knee. We're going to bring our right hand inside of our right foot, arm up overhead, and we need to do nothing else. We are in dancer pose. This is it, working on that balance and stability. If you want a little more, we can start to kick, right? We're going to kick that back leg towards the back wall, kicking, 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 kicking. And when we get the back bend that we want, that we need, then we can start to arch forward. And then you're going to give me a high five. Hello, everyone. Yes. And nice, switching sides. So grounding through the right foot, left, we're bringing the left foot up, that left elbow, left hip crease, and right arm hanging out right here for working on building strength, stability, balance here. Maybe we went a little extra, so we're going to kick, working on the back bend first before we tilt forward. And high five, everybody. And let's bring it down. Excellent. Let's work on our tree pose. Final pose in our balance series this morning. Grounding our tree wherever is comfortable. We can kickstand at our ankle, bring it up on our calf, bring it up on our thigh. Maybe you're working on your hop the tree this morning, grabbing a hold of your right foot into your left hip. You're going with today, hands into heart center. It helps with the stability and balance. It helps. We really want this core lock tight, so think about that pelvis tilting, right? Tailbone descending, pelvis lifts, back and down, pushing hand into hand. When and if you're feeling stable, perhaps you want to take your arm. We can raise our arms up. We can take those clasping our hands, sending our palms up to the sky, so our arms. But you get the idea. Remembering to smile because we're so happy we're doing yoga this morning. And let's bring it down. Rounding into the right leg, tree on this side, bringing your foot where it's comfortable. No feet on the knee joint. Yes, we are on above or below. We're on the thigh or on the calf, not knocking out that knee joint. Hands into heart center to start. Arms up. Taking those hands wherever you want them to go today. Whatever we need. Having fun with it. Think about making sure that we've got the weight evenly in the foot, so we're really pressing through the ball mount of the right foot. Maybe if you're feeling extra stable, you want to challenge that and close your eyes. Feeling that toggle happen immediately, perhaps. Recognizing and being mindful how much we use our eyes. And let's bring it down. Nice work, everybody. Let's come to the top of our mats. Inhaling up, extended mountain pose, big breath in. Exhale, reaching for those toes. Halfway lift, step back, jump back, move through your vinyasa, meet in downward facing dog. We're going to lift that right heel forward for warrior one. Big step forward, big reach up, opening up to warrior two, staying low in the legs. And now straightening this leg around and come into triangle, reaching as far forward as we can, not blocking out that knee joint, tick-tocking those arms down, gazing up at the top thumb, breathing and opening. Using the breath to think about lengthening the spine towards the front of the room. Exhaling, opening up. And now let's reach up. We're going to have our toes face 12 o'clock. Hey, here's another pro of a home practice. We're about to do our wide-legged forward fold, so you don't have to worry about staggering with your neighbor. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling as you fold forward. Here is your opportunity if you've been a lot of work on that tripod headstand. Not necessary, but hey, why not? You're bringing the top of your head to the mat. If the top of your head can get to the mat and your feet, or your hands can get to the mat and they're in line with your feet, you may be ready to start popping up to that tripod headstand. Give it a shot. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. If inversions aren't in your practice, they're not really in mine, so it's fine. Just work on getting that head, the top of the head, to the mat. If that feels so far away it's not happening, think about your thighs spinning in towards each other. That's going to build the strength that eventually gives you the flexibility to get your head closer and closer to the mat. And the more you work on it, the more you try, the closer and closer you'll get. Take this moment and breathe. Tripods. We're all in our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keeping that flat back. Exhale it all out here. Inhale as we rise up. And let's take warrior two to the back of the room, the opposite way. Side, so straightening that left knee, no locking out the knee joint. We're tick-tock those arms down, gazing up at the right thumb, triangle. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, opening. And release. Let's bring our feet back to 12 o'clock. We're going to clasp our hands at our sacrum. I'm going to give myself a little room here. Proud chest as we inhale, lengthen. And hands coming up off the chest. If this isn't happening, maybe you have a towel that you can grab a hold of. Either way, reaching. Top of your head gets to the mat again, and your hands fall on the ground behind you. It happens. There are people that can do this. I'm not one of those, not yet. And now let's slowly rise. Let's take, keeping our bind, let's take warrior one towards the front of the room again. Our right foot is forward. Warrior one, inhale, exhale, humbling our warrior, bringing that right shoulder into the right shoulder into the right knee. And then let's release those hands down to the mat. Releasing this left knee down to the mat. Setting up for our lizard pose. So hands coming inside of our foot. If you have a block already, maybe you want to come down to a block or anything that's kind of block shaped or block size or anything. Maybe this is a good enough stretch right here, or maybe we're coming down to our forearms into this stretch. Holding here for a few breaths in our lizard. Now let's inhale and rise up. We're going to take our right hand on the outside of our right foot this time, and we're going to flow through some half splits. If full splits is in your practice, go for it. But right now I'm going to flow through half splits. So reaching forward, inhale, exhaling back. Maybe we keep our foot flat on the mat. Inhaling forward, exhaling, popping those toes. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Inhaling forward. Now let's plant our left hand, sitting our right arm to the sky, taking that twist. Maybe you want to reach back, grab a hold of that cat tail. And release. Let's pop that left knee, step back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Let's send our left heel to the sky, bringing it forward for warrior one. Hands clasping at our sacrum, proud chest as we inhale. Exhale, folding forward, left shoulder, left knee. And then we're going to bring our hands inside of our foot. Right knee down, flowing through these half splits. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, playing with the foot here, keeping it flat. Maybe we pop the toes next time. Whatever feels good, whatever gets you the most stretch. And now coming forward, planting the right hand, sending the left arm to the sky, twisting, kicking that toe, reaching back, perhaps grabbing a hold of that cattail, looking over the left shoulder. And then we release, popping that right knee, sending the left foot back, and we're in our downward facing dog, where we breathe in, breathe out, inhale, exhale, fill up, empty. Let's take it to a high plank, just for a second. Knees if you need to, and then lowering all the way down to your belly. We're gonna set up for our belly down posture, starting with locust. So, toes together to touch, arms down by your side, palms on the mat. If you're having low back issues today, you can separate your feet about hips width distance. If your low back is feeling a-okay, keep your toes together, please. On your next inhale, chin on the mat, inhale, lifting into locust pose. Everything coming up off the mat, squeezing those thighs in together, belly button into spine, squeezing and lifting, lift. Exhale down. Take a cleansing breath in and a cleansing breath out. On your next inhale, locust number 2, let's do it. Inhale, lift, reaching behind you, legs lift up off the mat, everything flying off the mat, belly button in the spine, squeezing the glutes, squeezing everything, skin to muscle to bone, hugging it in, and releasing down. Cleansing breath in, cleansing breath out. Floor bow, next pose. Reaching back and grabbing a hold of your toes. We're going to do 2 of these, so if you can grab 1 foot at a time, that's totally fine. Pick the foot you want to start with, or reach back and grab a hold of both toes. We're grabbing right below the shoe, right where the shoelaces are, right below the toes. Chin on the mat, inhale and lift. Making that beautiful top part of your belly, lifting, getting those feet higher and higher and higher. Inhaling and exhaling down. Breath in, breath out. Floor bow number 2. Reach back, grab a hold of your feet. If you did one side, let's do the other side here. Maybe this time you're reaching and grabbing a hold of your ankles, coming into the power bow. Whatever it is, inhale and lift up. If you're grabbing a hold of your toes, coming into the soft part of your belly, grabbing a hold of your ankles, come up onto your thighs. Lift, lift, make that shape. Lift, lift, and exhale down. Windshield wiper your feet back and forth, releasing your low back. Rolling onto your backs now. We're going to take not 6, but 1 good bridge or wheel. So, rolling onto your backs, bending your knees, bringing your heels close to your glutes, rounding through your heels, lifting your hips. If full wheel is in your practice, go for that now. Holding it up. We're going to hold this for a few breaths, so hang in there. Squeezing everything together, grounding down to rise up. Lift, lift, lifting up higher and higher. Thinking about, if in this bridge, that you've got this giant barge that needs to get underneath you. So lift it up, otherwise it's going to crash. Higher and higher, holding it up, and exhale down. Hug your knees into your chest. Then let's take a Supta Konasana, soles of the feet together. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Gently closing your eyes. Taking a few breaths here. In and out through the nose. Taking this moment, gratitude, thanking your body for the things that we've done so far today. Only a few more things to go. Let's hug our knees into our chest. Maybe rock side to side, giving yourself that low back massage. Start to rock the length of your spine. Coming up to a seated position after 3 or 4 rocks. We're going to take a fire log pose here. Stacking shin over shin, shins parallel to the short side of your mat, ankle over knee, knee over ankle. If this isn't happening, if this isn't getting down, that's not really a huge issue. Don't worry about it. If you've got a block or a pillow or something, you can stick that in there if that helps. No worries if you can't get it down like that. It's not necessarily a flexibility issue. It just could be how your body's made, and we're all made so different. So, leg over leg, fire log pose, arms up overhead, and then let's walk those fingertips forward. This isn't a real candle. I'm not going to burn my face off, don't worry. Walking those fingertips forward, feeling that stretch up the back of the right hip. And now let's release, arms up overhead. Let's clasp our fingers, send our pointer fingers up to the sky. Let's go to the right. Ooh. Inhale, center, over to the left. And now let's bring our left hand to our right knee. Right hand plants behind us and twist. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting, gazing over that right shoulder. And release, arms up overhead. Oh, let's switch our legs. Left shin on top of right shin. Knee, ankle over knee, knee over ankle, arms up. Walking those fingertips forward. Feeling that stretch up the back of the left hip. And releasing, arms up overhead, clasping our fingers, releasing our pointer fingers over to the right. Inhale to center, over to the left. Inhale to center. Let's take that twist. Back to center. Legs out in front of us. Arms up overhead. Identifying those peace fingers, reaching down, grabbing a hold of those big toes. Pulling your eyebrows towards your big toes. Weird cue, yeah, but keeping that flat back. Pulling yourself down, feeling that stretch. Inhale, release, rolling out onto your back. Bringing our right knee up into our armpit, hugging it in. Right foot's relaxed, left foot is flexed. One more twist. Exhale, release. Bring that right foot down, left leg, left knee rises, hugging that knee into your armpit. Right foot flexed, left foot relaxed. Bringing that knee across the body for that twist. And release. Let's take that happy laughing belly. Notice any difference perhaps in your hips from the beginning of class. Maybe there's a little more ease. Now hug your knees into your chest. Hug them in tightly. Squinch up all of your muscles, the muscles in your face. Close your eyes. Really tense up everything that you can. And then release out. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Breathing in and breathing out. Thank you for joining us today. I'm so happy you've been able to figure out a way to bring you this practice. So much gratitude to everyone in this virtual room, to everyone joining the classes later today, to all the teachers who are going to be joining us later today. In yoga, we say, the light in me sees and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.